Morning, YouTube. Comic books. That's right. This is like 10 minutes. I'm doing a comic book review. Not review, but just posting my comic book collection. And maybe comic book review. I just wanted to share with I was doing some research. And a friend we were talking about comic books or whatever. And I looked up my comics. I haven't looked them up in a long time. And I looked them up recently, and I saw the prices on them. You know, the movies and everything. You know, the movies make your comics look really good. The prices, and the comics were recently going up. Only have 2 long boxes. They're full, but they're not just full of back issues. And I'm not going to pull out the second long box, but I want to do just a quick look, an idea of comics are going up. Just for instance, you know, just a quick reference. Say here, Rocket Raccoon. I have all the books of the set. It's 4, and the price went up to. I checked with one of my friends, and we went online to a number of sites. $60. I remember I bought this set for like, I don't know, $10, $15 years ago. $60 today. Wow. Keep going up, right? And this is the good stuff. Secret Wars. Good stuff, man. Carnage first appearances. Both boxes. These are the only 2 boxes I have. Only the good stuff, and I've been collecting for 20 years. But anyway, this is the comic book collection I wanted to show you. It's just my omnibuses. And I don't have very many, but I do have some decent things, and I want to show you my just the ones I do have. I keep them here in this green bag, so I don't have many. No, this is it right here. Guardians of the Galaxy. Man, the revamp, this was hilarious. Oh my goodness, this was funny. Rocket Raccoon came across Chad and was like, they did the fist bump. Jack Flag, Peter Jason Quill. This was hilarious, man. King Groot. You know, the Guardians of the Galaxy has said they're not the greatest team in the universe, but they're good enough to hold their own. The most powerful team in the universe, but they're good enough to hold their own. You know, this was a great time. This was a great time with Marvel. It was like between 2003 to 2013. That 10-year run, the revamp, Civil War, Secret Invasion, Road King, War of Kings, and House of M. This was Marvel's great time right here. This was great. Man, you guys got to read this. The whole Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1 and 2. Legit, dude. Legit. Next is A versus X. Great, man. The Saga of the Phoenix. Oh, man, well, the Phoenix should have, been able to destroy. It wasn't the Phoenix was coming to destroy, but it was coming to rebuild. And it wasn't, and Captain America didn't understand that, but Cyclops did. Captain America accused Cyclops of all this destruction, but it was really the Phoenix purging and rebuilding. And I thought that concept was pretty great. And I have the companion. Dude, I love sets. If it's a comic book, and say if I'm not getting the entire issue, but I came across like a part 3, I will have to get the entire set, the entire conclusion of that part to have the whole story. I just can't have that one part. I have to have the set. And I've been like that my whole life, 20 years of reading comics. A versus X companion, the story drop of everything that was going on. I got some of these things for 50% off. I think I got this 50% off. Like, you know, I usually buy comics like 3 years after they come out, especially the omnibus. But yeah, I found these dirt cheap. I don't know how. I found this at a resale shop. That's right. I got this at a resale site. Hey, wait a minute. No way. I found it. It had some tear and everything and some gooey. I tried to clean it up as best I could. I found this like 5 years ago. You know, with some damage there. The spine is pretty good. The best of X-Men books. This is, what is this, the Tinker's Android or something? Like some old school X-Men in here. I kept this stuff as flat as I can. Great stories. The inside seems pretty good. Really good. I read all of it. You know, it's just the conclusion of like a collage of like great stories that was written. Corsair and Starjammers, and so I just found it. I'm not sure the value of it, if anybody would deem ever purchasing it. I don't know. You know, like I don't know what this is, but this is the way I found it. I might have got it for like $2. Like there's some damage. Corners are damaged, but I'm not tripping. I basically keep my comic books. I don't really let go of things. Executioner Song. This was really great. This is a 90s comic. When Strife goes back and he blames Cable. Executioner Song and Blood Ties came out after this. The Avengers and the X-Men. Excellent. And for a lot of people, they don't know about comics. A lot of these characters are based off of real life people. You know, like the X-Men, the mutants are based off of blacks' plight in the Americas of persecution. Charles Xavier, Magneto, you know, King and X, you know, the X-Men. I like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby before all the social justice warrior. The diversity of comics, I love it. We only got a few minutes left. You know, like, if you take, for instance, Howard Hughes is... Tony Stark is based off of Howard Hughes, you know, Wasp from the Avengers, you know, the Army's Wasp program for female soldiers, and Ben Franklin is designed to be off of Beast's character, you know, how intuitive he is. You know, a lot of Marvel characters come with, you know, based off of some thing in history. You know, if you ever read Operation Galactic Storm from the 90s, Operation Galactic Storm is based off of Desert Storm. You know, so if you just go through the comics, you know, you got the Avengers line, then the X-Men line, and it builds the Marvel Universe. You know, social warriors, or whatever they're called, they just don't understand how Stan Lee, you know, and his friends had Marvel set up from the beginning in the diversity. You know, and diversity just didn't come with black or white superheroes. Diversity came with aliens. Diversity came with mutants. Diversity came with all sorts of character, the Marvel Universe. You know, it wasn't the white man ran and stuff. You know, white people were just as whatever. You know, you have Viper, Green Woman. You know, diversity was already there. Social justice warriors, you know, that's just some devilish. That's just devilish, those guys. Well, anyway, Executioner Song, Infinity, this was really complicated. It was great. It was. How the Hulk got beat up by Thanos, I don't get it. And how Black Bolt got beat up by Thanos, I don't get it. When Black Bolt put out his voice. Those are the only two things that I didn't get about Thanos. And yeah, I got a bunch of Thanos omnibuses in there. And the bottom box, you know, the whole Thanos end and all that, the parody of and Thanos Rising. But those are the only two things I didn't get about Infinity. Was Black Bolt not able to pop Thanos with his voice, and the Hulk got beat up by Thanos. But great line, again, Infinity Companion, it talks about everything in there. You know, like, there's the Hulk right there, but he got beat up, he couldn't even take out Thanos. You know, then there's Nova. I'm a huge Nova fan. When they just killed Nova off in one of the Thanos imperatives, I didn't like that. They brought him back. Big story about Nova and everything. They have to bring it back. You know, what's his name? Gaston, the original Black Dome, and the whole Black Dome thing. The new kid Nova, Richard Rider. I got the whole omnibus series to that, whatever. But anyway, Eternals, great comic book. Eternals from the Celestials, Guardians of the Earth. The Celestials, wow, those guys pack a power punch. Captain America, I don't know how I got this. I don't know where it came from. I don't know, but it was a great comic. I just kept it. I just keep a lot of my good stuff. Marvel Boy, great. Marvel Boy was awesome. Here, I'm not a big DC fan. I do like some DC, but this is why I kept it. Yes, Black Cowboys. This is why I kept this comic. You know, it's the original print of all the old comics. And the number one reason why, yup, there he is, Submariner. It's a Captain America story in here. Right, this is the one right here. With the original story, how he gets the super soldier serum. And, you know, I just want to show, you know, here's the copyright. This is the one when Captain America beats up Hitler, that they don't want to print anymore. Well, here's the copyright right there, 1965. This is that book, and I am not letting it go. Or am I letting that go? But this is that book. Yes, I don't know what the value is, but I just want to let you all know. And here, Ultimate Alliance, the video game. This is the second one on number 3. I just kept this because it's got the information of all the different heroes before the Social Justice Warriors came out. The first game was freaking super duper awesome. The second one, it had a bunch of glitches, and I was getting pissed at the game. But I did keep the game. The game was freaking awesome. It had a great storyline. But then, you know, it's got character read-ups. You can read about all the characters and stuff and do all a bunch of cool things. That's why I kept this book. Well, anyway, I just have to do another comic book review another day soon. Peace out.